matching records with Pittsburgh. Of course, would have beat them here head-to-head. But if Pittsburgh could win, they could be looking at trying to distance themselves, at least for the time being. The Browns, by the way, came in today 5-2 and lost at home to the Raiders, as Dobbins has a first down right at the 50. And it was a Raider win on the road, 16-6. So Cleveland drops back to 5-3. The AFC North, look what Cincinnati's doing, by the way. They've been in every game, basically, except the Ravens beat them up pretty good. But they're beating Tennessee with about 2 minutes to go up 11. So there's no pushover in the division anymore. This and the NFC West, and right now, half the season in, appear to be the two strongest. These are two of these teams in the NFC West will still be leading, I think, over there as well. There's Edwards. As Fitzpatrick holds on to an ankle. That's 5 straight running plays. This one went for 20.
But now they're starting to get outside. You see the zone play. They don't do this that often, which is why it's a gaping hole. You have so much to prepare for. They call it like a zone, which means all your linemen just run in a zone. They don't block a guy. Everyone run left in zone. Whoever's there kind of take them. And all of a sudden, that's what creates a big hole because you're not used to that.
So all running plays on this drive. 5 for 45 yards. And again, this time they'll toss it to the other side. And again, Dobbins on a first down carry. Picks up a big gain.
Third time they ran just a straight option to the right. Just run right quarterback and pitch it to your tailback when you want.
And guess what? The rookie has now a 100-yard game, I believe. Yep, he's going to hit 14 for 111. His first 100-yard rushing performance. Playing a whole lot more today because Mark Ingram out with an ankle.
And playing fantastic. And the adjustments that Baltimore's made in the run game from the first quarter to the second, and then from the third to the fourth. Outstanding.
I'd like to welcome the Colts Lions audience. Indianapolis with a win on the road by 20. Jim Nance coming home with Tracy Wilson. Jackson, first down, picks up about 3. It's a drive that began back at their own 25, and they have not thrown it once on this drive. 7 straight running plays. Trying to find the end zone and create a 5th lead change today.
And the only way you're able to do that is to continually evolve your run game, which they have throughout this game. And to be able to do this on multiple possessions today, very impressive. But you need to punch this in here. 3 doesn't do you near as much. Take this clock down. Dobbins.
And Adam Dupree, and he was able to slip out of it, then stopped by Mondu and others after 2.
Well, this is where I'll get up and run it quickly, just in case you have to kick 3. It's like, let's get a good play, let's go. But you want this, you want as much time. You get a sack here, you got to kick the field goal. You don't play for that, but 35 with this team,
it's a close call.
It is, but they run the timeouts. You're going for, to me, if you're 4th and 2, you're going for it.
Coach Tomlin said from 34, 35, they're troublesome to stop this Baltimore offense. It's 3rd and 5. Just the situation he spoke of. And here's why Jackson stopped as they're able to take him down. Bugs. It'll be 4th and about 3, maybe 2.5.
Well, you're going to go to the 2-minute warning here, and I think you got to go for this. I don't think, you don't get many opportunities against defenses like this to continue. You'd have to throw the ball in a minute. Let's see if you got this back perfectly. 45 seconds.
Pittsburgh stopped the last 7 times an opponent's gone for it on 4th down. And the game hinges on it.
Well, you're looking right now. Can I run the ball? It's Lamar Jackson. That's what you want to do.
Jackson takes off, and he is stopped. The ball may have come out at the end, but it doesn't matter. He was short of the mark. And that Pittsburgh defense steps up on a 4th down yet again.
What a play. Watch. You're only looking. You got 5 linemen. You got these 4 guys. You're like, we can run this right here. But right in the middle is Bugs, who we talked about this matchup was so huge. Kind of comes off off some. So it gives Williams the ability to come flying in. And Fitzpatrick.
He did fumble it, and it was Spillane who recovered it, giving him 2 takeaways in the game. A pick 6 in the first minute of the game, and now a fumble recovery, and Pittsburgh takes over at the 7 with 1:54 to go, and the Ravens have 2 timeouts.
I think he gets that if Bucks doesn't win that matchup. You get to throw him, come back across. And here's what you got now, Jim. Most likely you got to play it safe here, right, Pittsburgh? Yeah. And it's not a field goal. This was 28-27. You got to get a first down or 2 here because you can't just punt and all of a sudden give them the ball at the 50-45 with a minute because they'll still have a field goal attempt to beat you. At this point, you're going to see him run the ball twice, possibly a screen, but you're probably not going to see a ton of aggressiveness. And guess what? That means you probably should be aggressive and throw a bomb.
I know what you're thinking. Ravens rushed for 265, but they needed 1 more. And here's Connor. There's 4 and a quick timeout. The 151. In my opinion, they've gone this way most of the second half, but here they are. The game on the line. They get the completion, stopped a yard short. Big tackle by Peters.
I mean, that's a gutsy call and a big-time call.
It's Deontay Johnson's first catch of the game. With the snap. On the boot. Good hang time. Fair catch back up to 37.
You know, that's one of those situations. You set up the return, you come after him. They came after him.
Jackson. Not near anyone, but it got past the line of scrimmage, and there is no grounding call. That was the pressure by Tuitt, who has 2 sacks already in the game.
Yeah, he's really done. I haven't talked enough about him today. He's pushed the pocket multiple times and created disruption and gotten the ball out of Jackson's hand. And right there again, you're going to see at this point, Pittsburgh's going to run a spy over and over again. You almost have to. You can't let Jackson beat you. And I think you'll see one of the guys in the middle just guard Jackson.
Fleets inside on Dobbins. Stays in the field of play.
Good job right there. Checking the ball on going, but you got to get the plays off fast. You got to get out of bounds. Get set outside. You see Dobbins running.
It's 3rd and 2, by the way, and that's going to make it 4th and 2. Not a good throw here. He was wide open.
Well, he is, but he's given one of those things. It's one of those where it's like, I'm just wide open, right? But you don't really just play for being completely wide open. So you're like, well, just keep moving forward.
Yeah, a little more for him.
I mean, but he's like, well, there's a guy eventually I'm going to run into down there. And 4th and 2. If you're Pittsburgh, you're still a little soft here. You don't want to just all of a sudden give them. You probably give up something right over the ball if they wanted it.
Jackson got the first down and a whole lot more speed. Thrown down by Edmonds. With 15 seconds of running.
It's unbelievable. Lamar got a guy down for Pittsburgh, though.
Yeah, Steeler defender is down back at the 40. It's Hayward again. They'd gotten injured earlier this quarter and came back in.
What a throw. I mean, they play 2-man, we call it, so you can get people over the inside. Aggressive calls. For those of you out there, Pittsburgh did not play super safe there. They hung around. You've got to make a play. You don't try and throw this right away because no one's going to get to the end zone. He's got to find a soft spot.
Here it is to the end zone, and it's broken up. Trying to find Steen, and the Steelers were able to.
Clock expired on that play. The game is over.
Break it up.